In a recent video, we were working on the Integra. Upon working on it and driving it around, we discovered not one, but two cracked wheels. We got one of them repaired, but the other one happened while driving it after. So we have two things already planned. One, we got to go to Andrews to get some new tires put on, and two, we got to visit Zach again to repair another crack. The mismatch is kind of crazy right now since I have the MF10 reps on this side, and then this side has the Enki RS. I'm excited to finally take off these acorn style lug nuts. I have some regular 17 open-ended to put on. I hate having to use this key. If you guys have used this, you know the struggle. You either forget it, you lose it, sometimes they strip out. Here's a little before and after for you. These are like the regular spline drives you can buy at AutoZone, but I grinded the tops off because when I put these extended studs on, they were bottoming out. A little sketchy, I guess. Got the job done, but we're finally putting some good stuff on. These don't have a cap, so they're open-ended. We ended up having to replace all the valve stems. Well, at least one of them was leaking, and it was the wheel that was cracked. So I'm thinking maybe all the air leaked out, and that's why it cracked. So we're just gonna replace all four.
Might as well.
That's one dirty hole.
Oh yeah, I forgot to.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Sick. Well, thanks, Zach, once again.
My pleasure. Love doing wheels.
You love doing wheels? Oh yeah. In a recent video, I shared that I got another letter in the mail saying I had basically too many cars. I didn't show exactly where I put some of the cars because, as you can see, the driveway is a lot more clear. I actually parked it at a neighbor's house. We're gonna go pick that up. I forgot to put in coolant. There's still water in it. Hello, Greensy. Let's see if it starts. I think it's been here for almost a week.
Low battery. Connect the in-car charger cable.
Oh man. Whew. I apologize, but I did not film switching out the coolant. And the reason there was water in there in the first place is because a lot of tracks do not allow coolant, just in case there's a collision and it spills on the track. It creates a time delay to clean it up. Coolant's very slippery. Water kind of dissolves a lot faster. But all right, let's go back to the house and work on the Integra. We have run into an interesting issue with the Integra sedan. Randomly, it has just been not starting. I'll show you what's going on. I've already swapped some parts out in an attempt to fix it. No change. Check this out. Neutral. Just cranks. Even with the gas pedal being pressed. Nothing. So, what I've already done is take out the main relay from the right-hand drive Integra. So out of this car. Known good, working. It's basically just this little box right here. It's so easy to do. So I was like, whatever, we'll just do it real quick. Can't even get it out. Yeah, this little guy. The reason I swapped that is because this car has had that failure before, so I thought maybe it happened again. Not the case. So now I'm thinking maybe the distributor went out, or maybe a coolant temp sensor went out. I don't know. I have a spare distributor here, so we're gonna try that first. Luckily this is a Honda, so it's easy to work on. And taking off the distributor is a piece of cake. It's always good to keep a spare on deck. It's like the one thing that ever fails on these cars, I swear. A really smart thing to do here would be taking a picture of where the wires go on the distributor, because, you know, instead of unplugging all of them and then having to guess where they go and look up diagrams, you have a picture. There's only 3 bolts that hold this on and 1 connector, so it's very simple. And now there's other engines that when you pull out the distributor, it's timed with the oil pump and the timing stuff. So this can be a big project on certain cars, like the KA. But for the B series, piece of cake. It can only fit in 2 ways. And all you need is one tool, 12mm. Still can't believe I'm using the same toolbox. It's been 10 years. I bought this exact toolbox when I bought that Integra. It's lasted, well, I wouldn't say it's lasted. It's completely broken. But all the tools are good. Now that we have this off, I'm going to try and match this angle to this one. You can tell one of these is thicker than the other. It's pretty close. Slide this on. Alright, got the new one swapped over. The other one's in the box. I'm really hoping that was the problem. Oh? Like sparked right away. Nope, still happening. Watch, it'll die out. Oh, it didn't. Yeah, see? What the heck? Why is it doing that? That's weird. That is really weird. You have to like start it a couple times and then it will stop dying out. What the heck? Well, I got it to start, but now it's surging really bad. Kind of makes me think it's the idle air control valve. Strangely enough, the adjustment screw is right here. The valve is all the way down here, though. I don't get it. It runs and drives perfectly fine. Now it idles fine. What's going on here? I'm gonna go take it to the parts store and get it scanned. We do have a check engine light, but I knew that that was on because we have an OBD1 engine in an OBD2 car. Basically all it means is the crank sensor is not the same, so it's not compatible with the newer ECU. It runs and drives perfectly fine like that. It's just for emissions. But maybe there's something else going on. Let's check it out. I went to AutoZone and I got the printout. You always want to get the printout because it has the codes on the back, which you can do some research on and look up some information. So right off the bat on the first page, crankshaft position sensor. It's like, hey, we don't have a signal here. Yeah, that's because there is none. That's why this car won't pass emissions. So obviously I'm not going to buy the sensor. So the first code here doesn't matter. Manifold absolute pressure sensor high input. So maybe we have a fault within the map sensor. Not too sure. And we also have engine coolant temp circuit. I actually bought that sensor because it was cheap and they had it. And the last one is O2 circuit. That's not even plugged in. And it's funny because it only says heater circuit. The whole sensor isn't plugged in. And I unplugged it because in the last engine it burned so much oil that it actually caked the sensor, so it doesn't even read correctly. This is why it's beneficial to really know your car. I know there's a lot of issues going on. This thing's kind of on its last leg, but you know what? It's a good car when it works. That's why Hondas are great. You can have all these codes and all these issues, but you can still drive the thing around. Yeah, it took a little while to start, which is not ideal, but hopefully we can get that figured out. This is just a 2-pin sensor, so this is the one for the ECU. The 1 pin is usually just for the gauge cluster. I've had one of these fail me before, so I figured why not? Let's just throw it on. Plus there's a code for it. Alright, so I'm over here trying to locate where the sensor is. I thought that was it, but that's actually just the fan switch. And you can see there's already a harness patch on there. I've already replaced that connector. It was bad. So now I'm like, okay, no, not over there. In here, there's a single wire. And as we discussed, the single wire is for the cluster. And then here is the sensor we need to replace. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a second. There's only one wire attached. The other one broke off. So the problem the whole time is that there's no reading from the engine coolant temp sensor. That's a huge issue. Maybe they'll have that connector in stock. Highly doubt it. I'm gonna call and find out. Yeah, no one stocked that connector. Just what I thought. Gonna have to order that one online. Dude, this hood is so cooked. You know what? I might just drive down to Tennessee and pick up the other hood. How many of you OGs remember where the other hood is? And for a bonus question, what part did I pick up when I left the stock hood for this Integra? Here's the hint. So I'm looking at the black Integra here, and I'm like, why does it look like it's leaning? Does it look like that? It's kind of like tilted. So I go over here. How is this tire flat? This is a brand new tire. I'm gonna fill this thing up and see if it's leaking. Can't catch a break. That's the wheel that we just had welded too. I probably put 40 miles on it total. Still one of my favorite tools. Also, this is how cold it is outside. My soap and water bottle is frozen solid. All right, we got 37 PSI. Take that off. I can actually hear it hissing out. So I'm just trying to see if there's bubbles popping up anywhere. So far, nothing on the front. It tells me it's probably coming from the back, maybe where that crack was. Also, that bottle is just warm water and Dawn dish soap. Thankfully, we have the nice 17mm lug nuts. No more of the spline drives. That water I sprayed is already frozen. I hear it. Oh, what the heck? How is it coming out over here? Well, maybe we should have cleaned the wheel a little bit better. Sometimes there'll be some crud built up right on this edge here. That's probably what happened there. Especially because I drive those through the winter, so you already know there's like salt caked in there and whatnot. That's alright, I'll just throw these on for now. Well, look what came in the mail today. The connector. Before I start splicing it in and soldering it to the car, I'm gonna make sure it actually fits this plug. Oops. You know, I was actually planning on not replacing this sensor, but I'm noticing this part spins. It's kind of a red flag for me. Let me go ahead and pop it out. Since we're going to use a new sensor, let's just make sure this plug fits here. Okay, good to go. We're going to lose some coolant taking this thing out. Gotta be quick. No crush washer, wow. It just uses a rubber O-ring. I guess that's how the new one is, so that's good at least. I did end up taking off the distributor for better access. Now we can really get the heat gun in here. It's so cold, it's taking so long to heat up. I want to say it's like 15 or 20 degrees out. I always like to slide another piece of heat shrink on top. I know this isn't really the correct way. You know, people really frown upon using solder and heat shrink, but I don't know. It's always worked for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Alright, let's plug this thing in. Reinstall the distributor. Alright, I think we're ready for a test start. Classic Integra door handles. Oh yeah, see, that was the problem. That started right up, no issue. It's idling extremely high though. That might just be normal because of a cold start. I mean, it is actually cold.
There you have it. Still got to check engine light, but you know, we're already aware of the other codes happening.
I'm gonna let this idle for a little bit and make sure it's not leaking.
I'd say we're looking good.
Now you guys understand the importance of having an engine coolant temp sensor, which makes me want to replace the engine coolant temp sensor on the Skyline. As you guys know, it's been having some running issues. The idle's rough, the cruise is rough, accelerating is fine. It's kind of weird, I don't know. Figured I might as well replace the sensor because it's easy and it's cheap. Those are two safe options to start with any Diag. You don't really want to throw parts at it, you want to properly diagnose it. But I'm pretty stumped at this point, so I'm going to begin replacing the cheapest options first. Wow, this thing has 336,000 miles on it. Well, as you guys know, I log all of my maintenance. I'm gonna consider this a maintenance item. All I do is write down the date, the mileage, and what I did to the car. It's like Carfax, but for yourself, and you can keep track of things like that. Otherwise, there's no way I'd be able to remember everything, every place on every single car, you know? Ugh, can't wait to manual swap this. Next car, same thing. Except, I guess, not a harness, too. I think I have it in here.
Yeah, look at this. OEM, baby. Good stuff.
Now, I will say I did already take off the engine cover. Usually there's a plastic piece that goes here. Now we can see everything that's happening underneath that cover. And it looks like over here we have 3 different sensors. This one is the ECT that we're going to be replacing. This one's the ECT for the cluster, like we've mentioned, single wire. And then there's a 2-pin over here that goes into the head. Not too sure what that is. Maybe VTC because it's a Neo? Not too sure. So I guess we'll start with unplugging this and making sure that new sensor fits the plug.
It looks to me that this sensor utilizes a crush washer, not an O-ring.
There we go. Wonder if this is the same size as the B series. Oh, don't tell me this bracket's in the way. Looks like we're taking the bracket off. I wasn't really planning to run the stock engine cover on this engine either. It scared me. Alright, what do we think? Is it good or bad? You really can't tell by looking at it. You really have to just test the pins, which I didn't even do. Nice and shiny. Nothing too crazy. This is going into aluminum after all. Plug this back in. I guess now we'll let it get to temp and see if there's any changes. Well, I can already tell that didn't fix it. It's still idling rough. I don't know if you can tell the engine's shaking so much. But yeah, it's definitely not fixed.
Cover up, man.
Yeah. What's up, boss?
What's up, man?
Dude, this is cool to see.
Yeah, it's a little different, right?
Yeah. Man, you never see these. They're so different.
Yeah, it looks it's pretty cool.
Of
I did
course
the
it's
wing
cool.
on it. I don't know if you've seen it before.
No, I don't think I did. Dude, the hood is sick too. Damn.
Yeah, basically this is how I got it. I didn't do much other than lowered it. Got the fitment a little bit better. I got this trimming. I got I think this is like Crystal Palace something.
Okay.
Bought that.
Oh, this is sweet.
Yeah, it's full fiberglass, the whole thing.
How long have you had this?
Since like last year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Dude, this is sweet. This is Ariani.
What's up?
We are here picking up wheels. I didn't buy wheels. We won them in a raffle.
Well, they're hidden inside the H6.
Man, this thing is sweet. Oh, they're back here?
Yeah. That's my story.
OG Bronze TE37s. You're crazy putting those in the back seat.
Ah, man, it's the safest spot.
Thanks, bro. These are, believe it or not, the best spec, I think, for S chassis. 17x9 plus 15. Even more of a fun fact, these were Nico's old wheels. He ran these up front with his S13. Crazy that we're getting them back in the circle.
Yeah, I was, well, I bought the full set from him because I didn't know if I was going to run 18-18 or if I was going to swap over. I had 17s, but
Right.
Nico didn't want to separate them, so I had to buy the full set.
Damn.
Which worked out. These are these were his rears.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the story with this car?
Man, I don't know. It's been a long time. Had it for like 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, we did a custom swap.
Really? I've never seen this one
For real?
in person.
Yeah, just in pics.
Yeah, just pictures. Yeah, it never does it justice, you know.
Yeah, it looks way better in person. I just put the arrow, so as super geeked about that. But then it started snowing and everything, so I didn't really get to drive it.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's our 20 swap.
Wow. Is that notched up there?
Yeah,
fit
so basically my buddy Connor, it was better to cut it up and like push the motor back a little bit because I still have the stock oil pan and all that stuff.
Oh, so it clears like the subframe and all that?
Mm-hmm. So it should be kind of like stock 13D-ish kind of weight ratio.
Definitely. Yeah, because SRs are pretty light.
Yeah, so it should feel pretty nice drifting. Yeah, so he adjusted all this. Is all like you could set it to like different.
Oh, really?
levels. Yeah, and then with this vibrant stuff, it moves pretty good. So you can.
That's good.
Get some more angle on it.
Dude, I had problems with mine. Like my pins would just fall out. Like this fell out of mine. Yeah, I have the same clamps.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, dude. Maybe put some tape on it. I might put tape on mine just because it has happened. So now I know it's possible. But this looks clean.
Yeah, dude, I'm super geeked. We want to make a panel right here for the cooling.
Oh, definitely.
So then I'll clean all this up too. You won't see any of this. And
this is cool too. That is detail right there. Are you kidding me?
He did that like super last minute. We pulled the car out and he was giving it back to me. And he's just like, he's looking at it. He's just, oh, no, let me do some speed holes real fast.
It adds a lot. That's cool. I mean, it matches with this too. Man, it's sweet.
I want to clean everything up though. You know, like repaint all this.
Oh, yeah. You got to build it first, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, I definitely want to drive it now and kind of enjoy it. You know, it's been a while. We had it running before, but the old setup was weird. It was math and all that stuff. So we had all this was like ducting and V-mount. So it was just like everything was so cluttered, dude. It, like everything went up all the way to here. So there was like no room.
I see. This definitely gives me FD 13B vibes, which I think you've absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, you know,
that's cool. You're staying true to the platform even with an engine swap, which is pretty cool to say, actually.
Yeah, and then with so the first version of it, we had floor-mounted pedals because this used to be automatic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I thought it was easier to do the floor-mounted pedals, but it was kind of. I don't know. I should have left all the stock stuff and just added the clutch pedal.
This is sweet. Black too? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Good color. It definitely pops.
Then I was trying to get all this fitment stuff right too, which this shit sucks, dude. I don't know, like... Gotta give it to J-Line or something.
J-Line? Like, yeah, he'll get you right.
It's just
It's
like,
close for sure. That's good fitment for sure.
Right now it's not rubbing or anything, but you know how, like, if you camber, it goes lower. Mm-hmm. And then... While you do that, it also throws off your toe.
Yep, toes in.
And then if it's rubbing, you camber more, but then you fucked up because it's like, now you gotta raise it up. I don't know. It was such a pain, dude.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
To get it like perfect, you need,
100%.
It takes a little bit of finesse for sure.
And then with the front, it's so the only bad thing about the swap is that the oil pan is like super low.
Oh,
like,
really?
I don't know if you can see under. It's like, it's the lowest point. We got a skid plate on it now, but. It's sketchy, you know? So that's why I did want to run the 18s on top of that. It's just kind of...
That's smart. I mean, 18s fit really well in the front. That's good.
These are 35, I think, or 225 35s. Mm-hmm. So the only sketchy part is, like, OG bronze. They always crack.
Right.
So
on a 35, you're crazy on the front.
With, like, -7 or 6 camber, so...
In Chicago?
Yeah.
God, I love this wing.
Very nice.
Wow, that's hot. Oh, it's got the actual branding on it. It's not a rep.
No
real
reps.
stuff, baby.
No reps. No reps, but I can't put what is it? A trunk strap.
The trunk. That's okay. That's okay.
You gotta save the penny somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, I was super geeked up about that.
No, definitely. That's a cool piece. It's cool too when you can see it like glistening through the back glass. Even with the tint, you can see it.
Yeah, the tint's pretty light. I think it's like 35, I believe. So, in the light, it'll, you know,
right.
It out, it should look a lot sicker.
Yeah, this is cool. Good job.
The 8.6 is nothing too special. I mean, obviously it's an 8.6, but like just 4AG, like really true to what it is, you know.
Hell yeah.
I want to do the. What is it, the FCR carbs or whatever? I don't know. In the carb setups. Like the ITBs, but they're carbureted.
I see.
Yeah.
Individually carved?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I love it.
I mean, nothing special.
Right. But that's what makes it special.
Yeah, dude. It,
You know?
sounds cool. It's so much fun. Like, you know, you really got to drive this car. You know.
Exactly. This car creates a good driver.
Yeah. Not a good driver yet, but you know.
Hey
hopefully,
man,
if I
you
drive
got
it
the
long
you
enough.
got the recipe. Good stuff. Oh, carbon covers. I didn't notice that. That's cool.
Yeah. Like I said, basically everything was like this. I'm, you know, not taking credit for the Japanese dude that made it this cool, but yeah, just fix the fitment, tires.
It's cool to think about what track it's probably driven
Dude,
in
so-
Japan.
This thing had a cage 100% because you could see the holes on the bottom where the
Oh.
cages would go.
Yeah.
I think the guy bought it. It was probably a crazy drift car. He bought it and tried restoring it and everything. Put the interior back in and all that stuff.
That's cool you got the interior because that's kind of hard to find
Yeah,
these.
I mean, he did that. I mean, the only things I bought was the 2 seats, both in Japan.
Damn, we have a cool lineup here. 8.6, R34, and FD. You don't see that in one spot too often.
Tell me about this thing, dude. This thing is...
Dude, this is just an Impala. Nothing special.
You know, when you said Impala, I was just like, okay, damn, okay. And then I seen the picture that you sent, I was like, oh, the JDM Impala.
Yeah. They're so light.
I like the bottle girls and stuff. Like,
My first one raffle. Hell yeah. I'll just put this as like a buffer, I guess. Hell yeah. Thanks, dude.
to the glizzy.
Glizzy plate.
The glizzy plate. The glizzy Skyline.
It's so stock. It blends in with traffic.
I really didn't think you were bringing this.
Really?
Yeah, I really thought you were coming in an Impala, dude.
Yeah, dude, check it out. Yeah, look at the back seat space. Still like nothing with a 4-door.
Ah, dude. You might as well have a 240.
Exactly. I mean, the seats are nice, but
Dude, everything's so clean.
yeah, they take good care of their cars in Japan, I realize. Well, as long as it's not a track car.
Yeah. See the motor, man.
Oh, yes. You want to see the RB20?
20. It's just so crazy. I've always wanted one. Well, I want a 2-door, obviously.
Right.
The pricing is so ridiculous.
Stock.
I took the engine cover off.
Stock.
But yeah, that's it.
It's pretty beefy in there, too.
Is it?
We are back at Mr. Andrews. Hopefully we'll get the tires and wheels situated on this car once and for all now. It's funny because it started with having 4 of the same wheels on it, and now I have just 1 of the wheels on it. I did bring a couple extra wheels, and that's because I want to dismount some tires.
I want to refresh these in white. These are factory JDM ITR late spec wheels.
They're pretty hard to find, and these are honestly pretty far gone.
This is not coming back. It's too crusty, so hopefully we can get them refinished and looking fresh.
Yeah, it is leaking, yeah.
I think that should be good.
There are some bubbles coming out of there. Yeah, maybe we should put a little beat seal. Looks like we're good. We got Dan the Man, powder coat plug. Sir. He's gonna turn these crusty ITR wheels into brand news. Wow, this looks different.
Oh yeah.
All right, this is new. Tell me about this.
Have you seen the Chaser?
No, I haven't seen this car yet.
But we pulled the motor.
What's the plan with this one?
Pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. I love that.
Everything, and well, he started. It was fixed like a battery issue he had because it kept cutting out because of the terminal. Because it had like a stupid. I don't know where it is. It had one of those knobs where you fucking cut the ground off. That's originally why he brought it, and then he wanted just his rear subframe pulled. and all the suspension done and powder coated. That's what I have.
It came for that, and now the engine's out.
Yeah.
This is looking better too. Your
Yeah,
hatch?
getting slowly but surely.
Are you still trying to do the full metal?
Yeah.
That's cool. I have no idea why there's weights on the face of the wheel. Man, I'm excited to see these refreshed. It feels really good to drive this car again. I know it's not the cleanest, it's not the nicest, but the driving feel is still the same after the 10 plus years I've owned this car. This car's been through a lot, and it taught me a lot. I wouldn't change anything about the story, because without it, I wouldn't be where I am today. This specific Integra has taught me more than just aspects of building cars, but also just life in general. For example, you guys see I often come to this exact location, and now that I'm thinking about it, I suppose coming here is a form of meditation for me, because I'm thinking about my projects, thinking about my goals, thinking about my life in general. It's a place where I come and basically look at things from the third person point of view. And I think that's important to do every once in a while. You know, builds don't happen overnight. And I'm not talking just about cars. You gotta make sure you're investing your time and energy wisely. Just make sure that you're in control of it, because a lot of people are not, and they don't even realize they're not in control of where their energy flows. I guess what I'm trying to say is, be careful what you're speaking life into. Be careful what you're manifesting. I personally see the term manifesting used in terms of wealth and obtaining these great things, but really, what you mentally rehearse is what you manifest. And this is the whole reason I made this term my slogan, I guess you can call it. Picture it in your mind to shape it in your life. And I believe that's true about anything. All right, enough rambling around. Let's get back to the house. So not only was that the first time ever getting new tires all around in probably 8 years on this car, I also realized, I don't know the last time it's gotten alignment. It was pretty wonky. I think it was pulling right or something. So probably in a very soon video, we will be getting this thing straightened out. It's fun to be working on this car again. Decided to go for a little exercise and visit Fargo. We got our boy Maddox here throwing down. Damn, bro, you almost took me out. Before I end this video, I want to thank all of you for your support, whether it be buying merch, watching the videos, liking, sharing, whatever it is. It goes a long way, and I couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you. I know a lot of you guys are really wanting to see at least 2 videos a week, but I'm kind of going through some stuff right now, so I'm doing the best I can. I am currently working on some full-length build videos and also 2024 highlight video. It's always one of my favorites, so I'll see you guys in whatever comes out next. Peace.